Hello, my dear followers, everybody. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time, and welcome back if you have already subscribed to my channel. So I hope you're having a great time sharing with your family one way or another. Satsanga, the astrology here. And I am back to talk to you about 2021 a little bit, and January specifically as the gate to 2021. But before I do that, I would like to share some personal things with you. I enjoyed sharing the festivity with my children. It was Zoom. No, it was WhatsApp, in fact. And so we took family pictures on the WhatsApp screen on the phone, but we had fun. We my half of my children came and we were masked, and so we shared a tradition that we have for Christmas Eve. We every year we have pajamas, new pajamas for the whole family, and this year there was also pajamas for the babies that are coming next year. So very tiny ones. So it was a happy time. Of course, we didn't have the chance to take the picture, the whole family with all the pajamas, the same pajamas, but next year probably. But as I said, we got some pictures to remember with masks and all. So we have fun because there's much love in my family, and we value each other, and we care for each other. So it was lots of fun. And what else? Oh, I got a calendar, a physical wall calendar with pictures of the family, especially with my grandson. So I was delighted to have that calendar for every month of the year. Having my grandchild, who's very young, he's a toddler. So it was a pleasure to have that present. I also got, let me see, I also got a tumbling composter, which I've been wanting for a long time. And because I love nature, and so right now I am recycling everything, paper, glass, plastic, everything, the bags and everything. So my trash is so small that I take it once a month. I take it out because I'm composting all the vegetable scraps and everything that is from nature. I compost, and I was digging holes and burying the scraps, and so now I got the tumbling composter, so I'm very happy for that. And also because I love nature so much, and I go on hikes all the time. So I got this for my daughter, The Lost Art of Reading Nature's Signs. I'm not sure if you see it correctly, but it's a book about reading nature when you go out, how, and even reading the constellations, the sun, the moon, all the signs that you can find in nature that can guide you. This is old wisdom from time immemorial. So I'm very happy, and I look forward to hiking back again as I used to, because I haven't been able to do it lately. So, but pretty soon I'll be back on that. And I also got for once I managed to stay put and don't move so much about and around, I got a book for coloring birds. It has all kinds of birds that I can color. But as I said to my daughter, um, I need to learn how to be put in one place for more than 10 minutes, which I am not able to so far. Yeah, my birth chart is ruled by Mercury, and you know, Mercury is always on the go and doing things and out and about and moving. So that's my news. I hope you share with me your good news, and that way we can cheer up other people and inspire others with good vibes. Remember, there is the cosmos is built on polarities, right? That's the only way it works. The atom works because there is a positive and negative poles, and they revolve around each other in order to make molecules, etc. And that's the way that also the universe works, right? So there are different energy charges in order for the cosmic bodies to revolve around each other and maintain this harmony, right? So we will not be able to get rid of polarity. But as human beings, we can learn how to manage those polarities so we can have harmony. And that's a great challenge for people who tend to go one way or the other, right? So the Buddha, for example, taught that we should keep the midway. And the midway is keeping balance between the positive and the negative poles. And that's the only way to have peace and harmony, right? So the upcoming year, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's going to be challenging because we are learning how to balance the polarities. And we got as humanity, as collective, to a point where there is an extreme poles that are opposing each other, but this has also a purpose in the universal context. So as a collective, we are striving to change, right? We had a year of a cardinal energy where you have seen so much change, radical change. That's the cardinal energy, right? We had that confluence of energies in Capricorn, also challenged by Mars in Aries. And half of the year we were under that strong stress to change things. So poor cardinal signs, if you are rising Cancer, Libra, Aries, or Capricorn, you have felt it very strongly. Radical changes in your life, and very difficult decisions, right? Because some priorities have come up, and you had to make, you were in between the how do you say, the between the oh, I don't remember the saying, but against the wall, right, and attacked on the other side. So you were pushed to the corner to make changes that you probably didn't like. So, well, mutable signs got it easier. Fixed signs also got it easier. But starting 2021, we come to the challenges for the fixed signs. So if you have rising or a lot of energy in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, then you will have huge challenges that you will have to face, and there will be breaks. Why? Because fixed signs are so set in their ways that they have a hard time changing. So the challenge is to have changes, but because you don't like changes, you may feel those changes very painfully. So what I suggest is that you have reflective time, meditation and reflection and introspection. So you visualize what is it that is not working in your life anymore and that you need to change in order not to be forced into changes that you don't like. You can choose to make them yourself. So it's a time for the fixed signs to as I said, look inside and study yourself and find out what is it that you are challenged to change, and things that have been stagnant and they're old and they don't work anymore. So you are required to use the wisdom that you need in order to decide what is it that is not working in your life anymore, that you need to leave behind. And I know it's very hard. I have a lot of energy in some of the fixed signs. So my life also will be challenged, even though my rising sign is mutable, and I had kind of a mild year in 2020, but my challenges will come up on 2021. So as I said, life it's exciting now because we can see new things, and that always excites me to change, you know, to move things around, but in some ways it's hard for me to make decisions. So oftentimes with that strong fixed energy, I am pushed to the limit in order to make the changes because I don't want to change. Anyways, and you may find yourself in a similar situation. So January makes the start of the year with a bang. And you probably already know, if you're familiar with the astrology, you probably already feel it and know what is coming. And this is mainly, let me share my screen with a chart so you can see what the energy is all about. So here's the chart for January, and what we have here is that Saturn and Jupiter at the beginning of the year are already at the beginning of Aquarius. So what happens is that if you have energy at the beginning of the fixed signs, then you will be challenged by those planets. Moreover, the moon, when the moon at the beginning of the few last days of December and beginning January, the moon will be in Leo, and it will form a T-square between these planets in Aquarius and Taurus, where Uranus is. And as you see, Mars is leaving, is about leaving Aries. So he's got the work done in during those 6 months that Mars spent in Aries, challenging the Capricorn, team. We had lots of energy in Capricorn. We saw transformations in the societal structures, institutions, governmental structures, and all that. And so just as the year begins, we have the moon making this T-square. So I'm only going to talk about the major planets here, but we have also asteroids, Pallas Athene in Aquarius, and we have some other outer planets that are playing a role in it, but I'm not going to include those in this report. Anyways, we have enough with the basic ones, and we don't need much acceleration with other things, but they will play a role as well. So I would like to, let's see, animate forward and tell you about the most important aspects that you will find on January 4th. Let's see. Mercury will conjunct Pluto. That let's see, January 4th. Let's do one day at a time. 4th, okay. So here we are on January 4th, and we have Mercury conjunct Pluto. They're still in a square to Eris. So this is still a huge tension. We just experienced the Mars Aries conjunction in square with Pluto, and in the US it was an attack, an explosion that people provoked in Nashville. So with Mercury conjuncting Pluto, we may Mercury is the researcher, the investigator, especially with Pluto, likes to go deeper and deeper into finding secrets and hidden information. So we may hear news about that explosion that happened. So what else do we have here? So look up in your chart where the 23, 24 degrees of Capricorn fall, and also where Eris is, and that will be the challenge that you will feel. By the way, this is a perfect time if you are curious about what influences you will feel during 2021. This will be the perfect time to order your reading, personal reading, where I can study your personal transits to your birth chart. And that may coincide with this kind of energy or not, depending on your rising sign, depending on where your planets are placed in your birth chart. So I encourage you to find out what is coming for you in 2021. I will relaunch in January, probably January 3rd, my upgrade and updated basic astrology course, and I will probably show you the syllabus here if I can find the file where it is. Anyways, so I can show you what is that I am teaching to you during this basic. But one thing that is very important is that from the first class, from the beginning, I will teach you how to read everything that I teach you on your birth chart. And you can also start practicing step by step, reading your chart, any family members or friends charts, that people you know very well. You can start reading and applying those concepts that I will teach, in order for you to learn step by step how to read a chart. So I encourage you to register and go to my, I will put the link in the description below of this video. So go to that page and see the pricing and everything. All the information will be there. So continuing with this, we will have on the 8th of January, the sun will sextile Neptune. That's an opportunity to dive into the spiritual aspects of your life. And depending on where Pisces and Capricorn are. So let's see, we have also on January 8th, Mercury will square Mars. Let's go to January 8th. Okay, here's January 8th. We have then Mercury at 0 Aquarius. And here Mercury will touch on the point where Jupiter and Saturn conjuncted on December, right? December 21st. So Mercury will probably reveal some information about that conjunction. There will be announcements probably in the news, or learning something related to that conjunction that just happened in December 21st. So as you see, we start to have a piling up of energy in Aquarius, which will increase once the Venus and the sun will ingress Aquarius. And since Mercury will be retrograde January 30th, 31st, it will turn retrograde in Aquarius. So Mercury will stay in Aquarius for a long time. And that will put your mind in Aquarian issues, depending on what house in your birth chart that is. That will be the area of your life where your mind will be invested in. So the Aquarian energy will be highlighted by the second part, well, already from the start of January, but more strongly in the second part of January. And remember that here we have Mars already entering Taurus, and as it does, it conjunct Uranus, and we will see later on in the month the conjunction. So in this case, Mercury is square Mars, and there is already a built-in square with Uranus. So the news can be surprising, and they could be aggressive. So be careful in your personal life about aggressive conversations or more an increase in anger, thoughts, thinking angrily. So be aware if you are fixed signs that this will increase your because of things that might happen in the world. So a square always comes from something outside. It's not something that you originate, but something from outside will make you probably get angrier. So it is important to keep anger and obsessive thoughts that are antagonistic under control, because with this kind of energy for this year, and having Neptune square the nodal axis, it makes for a distorted perception of reality that can increase this sense of powerlessness and frustration, right? So this is important for you to be aware that this is happening January 8th. Then we have the following day, Venus trine Mars. So that will be kind of mild, I would say. Venus in agreement with Mars works well. Then we have Mercury conjunct Saturn, so announcements of restrictive measures, for example, could be heard and will be challenged by rebellion, right? Mars will be closer to Uranus. So there is this square that comes a few days later because Mercury has to conjunct Saturn first, Jupiter then on the 11th, and on the 12th that will be the square with Mars and Uranus, with Uranus specifically. So there are challenges coming from outside. I have something in my eye. So that will make you probably angry. But as I said, it is important to be to control yourself, right? Your mind and your actions in order to go through these influences successfully. So then on the 13th, we have Mars square Saturn. And then let me go then forward to the 13th. We have Mars at 3 degrees Taurus, a square Saturn, right? Saturn is the physical distance, restrictions in social life, and Mars and Taurus together already with Uranus is shaking things up. You know, Mars is very independent, very autonomous. He wants what he wants, and doesn't matter what other people want. Mars can be selfish in a way, and Uranus is freedom, independence. So in the tangible environment. So see, we have Saturn in a sign that is social. It is also through the waves, meaning internet connections and all that. So the internet may have interruptions, may have hiccups, and you may also face with problems in your communication devices and all kinds of things about related to the web. So Mars also is cyber attacks. So let's hope that nothing serious happens, but within the context, especially in the United States, of those cyber, spying and breaches of information, of governmental information, within that context, we can expect things to probably get worse. So cross fingers that things don't get worse, but that's the energy that is in the air. At the same time, Venus trine Uranus, and that could mean that there are changes in the financial realm. economic, financial institutions may introduce changes at the same time. That shouldn't be felt challenging because it's a trine, so it's a flowing energy. Then we have the Sun conjunct Pluto the next day. So next day, okay, here we have at 24 degrees in square with Eris. So it doesn't look too good. The Sun also represents head of states. So they could take powerful measures and grip to power on this day specifically, and be challenged by the regular people who want freedom and who want to be recognized as individuals. And also Eris represents the right to exist for certain groups of society who have been ignored, right? And Chiron continues his work in Aries, and it's the vulnerable identity, right? So we can expect things to get heated up in society. Next will be 3 days later on, let's see, on the 17th, we have Jupiter square Uranus. This is not exact, but close enough on the 16th. Anyways, from the 16th and even before, we already feel this Jupiter square Uranus, and see, Jupiter is not alone, is with Saturn, and Uranus is with Mars. So the heat is increasing steadily, not very slowly. In fact, now we on the 17th, we have the square with Uranus, Sun and Uranus, and Jupiter, Jupiter with Uranus, and that may be really explosive. You know, Jupiter makes it bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's on the 20th. We already saw the inauguration for USA, where there is a transmission of powers. We really don't know what is going to happen, but the chart doesn't look too good. So I'm going to show you what is in the sky. And remember, what is in the sky is the reflection of the collective of humanity. So this is not something that is imposed on us, but rather we are promoting those influences, and the sky is reflecting to us what we are creating down here on Earth. So as above, so below, and there is a correspondence of energies. So now we have the Sun entering Aquarius. Is the thickest of the winter in the northern hemisphere and of the summer in the southern hemisphere. So it is fixed energy, right? Aquarius, we have now the conjunction of Mars and Uranus in Taurus. And so any transits of the moon, as I said, will aggravate or increase when the moon goes into the fixed signs. It will trigger that energy. So we have now 5 cosmic bodies in Aquarius, and this is strong. So if, for example, your Aquarius is your 4th house, then events will come from your home environment, family members, domestic issues, and your very deep emotional foundation. It may also come from the inheritance that you have from family. So things will be stirred up in your 4th house, for example. So, and that goes for any place, any house where Aquarius is in your chart, as well as Taurus, right? So, as I said, if you don't know how to read your chart, you're welcome to order a reading and I will study it for you. So far, my clients are very happy with my reports, and I am sure that and certain that you will be satisfied as well. So that's for January 20th. Also has Mercury trine the North Node. From 18 degrees. That is benefic influence because it flows with the destination where we should go. We should orient ourselves, even though that North Node in Gemini doesn't feel very comfortable because it's an energy that we are not familiar with, that we are trying to learn and to go towards. Okay, let's go to the 23rd, when Jupiter will be squaring then now. Now Jupiter at 8 degrees will be squaring Mars, or vice versa. Mars will be squaring Jupiter. So here again, heating up the challenges, the contention, the antagonism. So Uranus is still in the picture, and it is squaring the midpoint between Jupiter and Saturn. So the energies are too volatile and explosive there. We have also Venus sextile Neptune, which makes it for a very confusing set of values. And Jupiter is already applying to the conjunction with Pluto. Venus is applying to the conjunction with Pluto, which intensifies everything related to finances, love, your values, right? So let's see, also on the 23rd, we have the Sun conjunct Saturn, right? So your energy, your vital energy may be low. You may feel restricted, and your creativity and your stamina may be hindered or diminished, because that's the influence of Saturn. Saturn dries out and makes it harder, makes it really limits the potential of your essence. The Sun moves fast, 1 degree a day. It will leave Saturn pretty soon. The problem is that it will conjunct Jupiter later on. So the 23rd. Now we have on the 26th the next challenges. Let's go. Okay, we have one more. I'm afraid it goes too fast. And okay, so here we have on the 26th, then the Sun is sandwiched between Jupiter and Saturn. And this makes a square with Uranus and Mars. So the 26th will be also a very challenging day, especially because the head of state, for example, it could be any kind of head of state, in any country could be challenged by this Uranus-Mars energy, right? Sandwich between increasing the control, increasing Jupiter and Saturn control. So it may face the challenges of people who want to be free and autonomous and independent. So clashes seem unavoidable. And then we have exactly Neptune squaring the nodes at 19 degrees 06. So, and on the way, check the degrees on your birth chart and see if any of these transits conjunct, square, or oppose. Mainly, those are the dynamic aspects, and then you will probably be affected strongly with by these aspects. So the Neptune, as I have been explaining previously in other videos, Neptune makes it for confusion, disillusionment, misinformation, misconcepts, misunderstanding, and also intentional deception sometimes. So we need to be careful about believing anything without checking the facts, and checking facts that are based on science or based on independent science and information that are proven, right? So it is very important to look for the proven facts and data in order to say, okay, this I can't believe. So make sure that you check the facts, that you're not obnubilated by this Neptune square the notes. It's very crucial at this time to not to continue believing things because you just like them, but to base your beliefs in actual data and demonstrated facts that have proven to be true. And that is the North Node in Gemini. And based on those, you can modify your beliefs and make sure that your beliefs don't stand in the way of truth, as Adam Brahm says very wisely. So in the end of the month, as I said, Mercury will at 26 degrees will station retrograde and will go back. So it will spend about 3 more weeks going back and 3 more weeks going direct again. So the retrograde shadow period will go from January 15 to March 23rd, when March 23rd will be the time when Mercury leaves that section between 11 and 26 degrees of Aquarius. So we will have plenty of time to view and review information, facts, and anything that comes up from January 15 onwards. And that is very important, that our mind is focused on checking, double checking, re-evaluating data and information. So Venus, 2 days later, let's see. Here, Venus 2 days later is conjunct Pluto. That makes it for a very, very intense, as I said, intense energy. And it's mainly regarding the financial aspects of life. Also, resources. Venus also correlates to food and food distribution, in this case organized by governmental institutions and rules and regulations. So with Pluto, the finances may go through a powerful transformation. Financial institutions may go through an overhaul in general, and so this energy makes it for a deep, very profound transformation of what we know as the economic situation. And the sun also conjunct Jupiter, and this aspect makes it for intensifying and magnifying of the power of head of states. So as you see, January, it is very fiery and very challenging months. There will be breaks, as I said, because fixed signs don't want to change. And when this kind of energy comes to the fixed signs, the energy breaks things that are no longer useful, that are ready to break. So again, I encourage you to find out what those energies represent for you personally. And here you see the moon in Leo making a grand fixed cross with those energies. So taking out Haumia, we have a T-square, right, with Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius. So those three houses in your birth chart will be challenged by the end of the month and continue in February. Anyways, the lunations, we have January 12th, the new moon in Capricorn, together with, let me go back, yeah. Oh, here we have the full moon, right? This is the full moon in Leo at 8 degrees later on in the day, because this is the morning. But we will have this full moon in at 9 degrees 06 minutes of Leo. So highlighting your Leo aspect in your birth chart. But remember, it's in square with Mars. So you definitely will have some actions from outside that will influence this house of yours. Let's go back to the new moon, go backwards, let's say a day, and to the 12th of January. Okay, here we have the new moon. So it is later in the day, because this is just 9:41. We can do forwards by a minute, an hour. Let's see, an hour. Okay, so here we have the new moon in Aquarius, in Capricorn, conjunct Pluto. So this new beginning on January 12th is ultra powerful, not only because of Pluto in Capricorn, but also because of this T-square with Eris, the rebellious goddess, and it is opposing Haumia, the goddess of the earth and nature regeneration. So there could be natural events, catastrophes, or something that, or some challenge from Eris that will affect nature in some way. But this is a super extra strong new moon. In fact, If you are a fixed sign, you can expect definitely events in your life. So I don't want to scare you, but since you have this energy, you know now this energy, you can use it. You can use it to your benefit by finding, for example, what is it in the at the end of Capricorn, the third decan of Capricorn. What is it that you are ready to transform? What is it that is already decayed in that area of your life, the house where Capricorn occupies? What is it that is ready for a change, a transformation? For example, it could be your third house. Suppose that is your third house, then your mind, your thinking, the way you think is ready to have an overhaul, right? And if you choose willingly to transform that area of your life, then you can use that energy instead of having external things imposing transformation on you without your being aware of it. So that's all the energy for January. And again, at the end of the month, January 30th, then Mercury goes retrograde at 26 degrees, 29 minutes, and will be opposing Venus and sextiling Jupiter, and also conjuncting, let's see, no, those are not correct, sorry. Those are not correct. Let's see, let's go to the 30th. Let's go to the 30th and take a look at I was reading wrongly the aspects for the station of Mercury. So I'll let you know exactly what will happen on January the 30th when Mercury stations. Okay, here is the retrograde already the 31st, but it will be stationed on the 30th. So here is the energy. And as you see, you have Venus is right on the cusp, ready to enter Aquarius. So you may count to have 6 cosmic bodies in Aquarius. That makes for a lot of energy. So you definitely, if you have your ascendant, your sun, or any other pile of energy in Aquarius, then you can expect changes, definitely, or challenges. So again, I'll stop sharing this, and let me see if I can find the syllabus for my course, and I can show you all the things that I will teach during the course. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, so let me share the screen. Share the screen, and here it is. Okay, so this is the basic course. Lesson 1 will be introduction of signs, the zodiac, the divisions, the cardinal cross, qualities, element, gender, and signs, rulerships, an introduction to the planets in general, and specifically the sun and the moon. And then I'll go through planets, the signs, the houses, aspects, all the aspects that are the basic Ptolemaic aspects, and then configurations, the nodes of the moon. In general, for the basic astrology, teachers don't teach the nodes. The nodes is something very special and different, but I want you to know about the nodes because they have a great influence on the eclipses. So that is what my course will include. And so you will be ready to understand each of those concepts and apply them as we go along step by step to reading your personal chart. And you can read other people's charts, knowing that. So I will give you, for every lesson, I will give you an exercise, a quiz that you can practice with guides, what to do for each chart reading. So I wish you the best, and I hope this video helps you to have a broader perspective. I just wanted to also explain that 2021 is the year of transitions and challenges, because Mars, as it transits, it goes and as Mars goes through the fixed signs, it will challenge Uranus, and it will challenge Saturn and Jupiter as well. So fixed signs will be all the year will be in active challenging and transformation and changes. Those, and also another thing that I want to say, it's about the eclipses. They will be in Gemini and Sagittarius, as they have been this last year, but the first eclipse will also happen in the axis of Taurus and Scorpio, where the nodes will move next year. So we will have a preview of the following years, 2022, 2023. And those years will also be affecting the fixed signs because of the nodal axis being in Taurus and Scorpio. So fixed signs will be shaking a lot. So I hope this information helps, and please make comments or share whatever you like to share in the comments below. Please contact me for a reading or to take my course. I wish you a very nice new year. And one tip that I can give you is live in awareness, live mindfully and consciously every aspect that you're receiving this next year. So if you apply your consciousness to it, then things may go smoother because you know consciously what is going on and what you are doing. So I wish you the best and Happy New Year. See you next time. Bye-bye.